Hello and welcome to the Fluency Proz virtual event. I'll be your demonstrator today. My name is Daniel Law. I've been doing Fluency demonstrations for over about 5 years now. So I definitely have spent a lot of time meeting a lot of freelancers, a lot of companies and things like that. And so I definitely know your pain. You know, working with translation software can be a bit of a headache. It can also cause you, a lot of pain to your wallet as well. Sometimes translation software can be exceptionally expensive. Now, Fluency itself, we have a new version actually. It's called Fluency Now. Fluency Now is our newest version. It's actually our final version. You do not have to spend excess costs anymore because we're not coming out with new dated versions. We actually have what's called the subscription model. This is quite different within the industry. You'll notice when I go to the Fluency store, which is found at westernstandard.com, come up here to the top of the menu, you hit the purchase, and this will kind of run you through or give you an idea of all the different Fluency Now prices. So Fluency Now itself comes with 2 licenses for, or 2 logins for 2 computers. That means if you wanted to, you could do any combination of the following. So you could say, okay, I have a PC laptop and I have a Mac desktop. One of the things you guys will notice is that recently we've come out with a Mac version of Fluency. It's very similar to the program we're going to show you today. Today is the PC version. Some of the Mac features and components are just going to be different locations in the menu bar, but not entirely, just a few of them. But for the most part, it's going to look almost exactly identical to the Fluency program that I'm going to show you today, the Fluency Now version. It also works for Linux as well. So you could split up those 2 licenses between any one of the following operating systems. So definitely keep that in mind when you're thinking about purchasing translation software. Is it cross compatible with all the different operating systems out there today? For those of you who have a Mac, this is a great version. It's a standalone program on your desktop, and same for the PC and Linux versions. So you'll notice it's going to be an icon or a downloadable program. This is definitely not a web-based tool. This is a highly secure translation software that has all the great components like TM and term storage, and import, and you can import them as well. But let's get back to the pricing. So this is how it kind of breaks down for you. First of all, there is the professional version. The professional version is for many of the freelance translators who are in the meeting today. Professional version itself can do pretty much everything you could possibly need. It works with all the different language pairs. Lets you work with all the different file types that we provide in the Fluency tool. The only thing it can't do is connect with other translators and allow for you to work on the same document at the same time. That's actually reserved for our enterprise model. The enterprise model is just $5 more per month. You'll notice our pricing over here. It's the per month pricing, although we do have yearly pricing as well. Professional was $20 a month. Enterprise is $25. The difference between, or excuse me, the enterprise version allows you to work on the same document at the same time with another translator friend. So if you both have Fluency, you can use the collaboration function, and literally both of you can work on the same doc at the same time, or even an editor or proofreader, someone who proofreads or edits your documents. You could give them one of your licenses and allow them to edit and proofread while you're still translating, or at the same time you guys can walk through it together. It's a really neat function. It's reserved for the enterprise version, And we definitely recommend you get that. The reason why as well is because Enterprise can connect to translation agencies as well. So if they have what's called a Fluency TM and term server, and you have the Enterprise version, you're allowed to connect to their TM and term server, and you're also allowed to, like I said, do the collaboration and pretty much every single function. The reason why it says none, we also provide what's called Fluency Backup. This is cloud storage for any translator or anyone in the world, basically. We give you a program. It's really simple to use. You just download it once. You log in one time. You put in your user license, your email, and things like that. And it's real simple to use. All you have to do is set up the date one time and set up which files and folders you want to store, for this cloud, and it's highly secure. This is like the highest encrypted security level there is out there. And what you can do is store all your folders and files there. Now, for those of you who are thinking, well, I don't feel so comfortable, storing my translation files, that's fine. You can use this for personal use as well. So this could be for your family photos, it could be for videos, it could be for any file type you want to store. And like I said, it's a one-time setup. So you just set it up for what date of the month you want to back it up, and then which files and folders, and then you never have to think about it again. They're all kind of stored appropriately for you. Why do you need this? Well, a lot of translators have told our support team, hey, look, I lost my computer, or the hard drive crashed, or I'm getting a new computer, I don't know what to do. Rather than you starting from scratch or digging through all your old projects, this very well could keep and store all of your folders and files. Doesn't matter if you have a Trados, doesn't matter if you have a memo queue, doesn't matter if you have any of the other tools out there, WordFast or whatever, you can still use this product. So you can just go ahead and just say, hey, look, if I'm not interested in the Fluency version, but I do have another tool, I very much could just use the storage if I want. The way the storage breaks down, you can select none if you don't want any at all. You can just pay for nothing today if you wanted to, but you're not going to get anything either. But this version comes with 2 gigs of storage per computer. So even if you wanted to just get a freebie today, you don't have to pay anything at all. You could just come in and say, hey, look, I want to get the new Fluency backup, and I just want that program only. Make sure to do none, and then your free option. Anyone can get this right here, right now. It's one of these free things that we provide you. Like I said, this is a really great solution for you, and it's 2 gigs of cloud storage per computer, so definitely keep that in mind. Same thing with the 50 gigs. That's 50 gigs per computer. It starts $10 a month. And so what you can do is kind of bundle these programs if you want to, starting with Fluency Professional or Enterprise, and then start to select which size you want. Once you select these sizes, it goes up and calculates how much this is going to cost for you. So for example, if I'm getting Enterprise and I'm getting the free 2 gig storage, it's only $25 per month. If I want to, I can swap that from monthly to yearly. And yes, we do accept PayPal. We also accept any major credit card, Amex, Visa, MasterCard, whatever it may be. You just have to fill out these next few forms. Do keep in mind that we are doing a discount for this Proz event. All you have to do, I believe in here, is type in Proz and make sure to click apply the code. And that's going to create the discount for you. I think Proz is still live, but maybe it's not. Try this one, Go Fluency. Yep, there we go. So Go Fluency, I believe, is about 25% off. So you are going to get a promo code just for coming to this virtual event. Definitely use Go Fluency and then just hit that apply code. All right, now that we've kind of walked through that whole kind of intro to the pricing and how the different models are, how they're available and what they provide and features. We're actually going to dig deeper into the Fluency CAT tool now, but we're going to start first with just a few major highlights of what Western Standard Fluency has to provide. So just the different products that are available. We're used all over the world. We have a lot of great companies, LSPs using us, and people really appreciate working with the tool. It's just a great tool for you. Okay, these are a few of the features. Let's start with Fluency Now Translation. Once again, this is a downloadable program to your computer. It's been used by many different translators throughout the world. Works with all the different with many of the different file types, and obviously all the different languages, even the most obscure languages you've ever heard of. Through this list, you'll notice Fluency supports all the major file formats, so I'll pull that up here in a minute, show you all the different major file formats, including many of the Proz files. As a matter of fact, I'd like to pull that up right away. So let's open up Fluency now. Just double click on this. It's going to take us through a couple of just loading components and things like that. And then to look at all the file types that we need to work with, or that you can work with, you can simply take this Welcome Center and click Translate a File. Or you can just come up here and go File, Open, Source File. Now this right here is a very important window for all of you to see. This is all the different file types that you're compatible with by using Fluency. We work with Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Publisher, quite a few of the Adobe files, including InDesign, FrameMaker. Some people like Publisher, OneNote. We also work with the Proz files, XLIF, STL, XLIF, Tag Editor, World Server Package files, STL project files, WordFast, TXML. So you definitely don't need to buy a Proz program or a WordFast program when you have Fluency. When you translate it in Fluency and save it out, it looks save the file out. It looks just as if you had translated in these other translation tools. Help manual, portable object files. If you want to work with technology like apps, like Apple Strings files, Android. If you want to translate localize an Android app, HTML, websites, so on and so on and so on. So this very much should help you build your resume when you're approaching companies. They're going to want to see how compatible you are with all their file types. And so just make sure to include this in your resume when you purchase Fluency. It's going to really help you express yourself a little bit better to these companies that are looking for highly compatible translators. Very cool. Let me go back to the PowerPoint presentation. We'll go through some more of these things. You can seamlessly collaborate with other translators and teams. That's if you get the enterprise version, like we talked about in the beginning. We also have the internet integrated as well. So you can go to your favorite websites. You can save your favorite websites as well. So you can store as many websites as you want, including online dictionaries such as Lingua and some other options as well. It doesn't matter what website. You can even do Facebook if you need a little distraction here and there. Built-in terminology, wonderful tech support. We actually get praised a lot. If you look around Proz, you'll notice that our tech support is raved about throughout the website. It's because we provide that with our monthly subscription. So if you're paying the monthly for Fluency, you also get tech support, updates, and upgrades. So you never have to upgrade to a new version. You just pay that monthly support, and you're always going to get the latest, greatest updates provided with Fluency Now. And like I said, no new versions are coming out, so we're just going to keep updating this version every single time. So just stay up to date with your monthly payment. and you'll always get the latest greatest version, updates, tech support, and so on. It is smart to know, and I had never brought this up, but I should now. It's good to know that the subscription model is you can turn it off at any time. So if you're not going to be translating for the next 2-3 months, just go ahead and turn it off, turn it back on, or repurchase it from the store when you're ready to get started again. So this will definitely save you costs with using a translation software. This will import all your TMs and terms. If you have like a terminology file sitting around, like a Excel spreadsheet, a Word doc, something like that, you can just import it in. Has automatic updates like we talked about. Let's move on to the next slide. Everything's very customizable keyboard shortcuts. You'll watch me do a lot of things with my mouse, but it's actually a lot faster if you learn how to use it just based off the keyboard shortcuts. But we'll do a lot with the mouse today for the sake of the demonstration. Fluency can translate all languages, has built-in video tutorials. Fluency can be uninstalled and reinstalled on any computer. So you could download it to every computer that you have access to, and then jump back on and just use your login and password. So all of your Fluency license will come in with that login and password. Once again, we talked about the two different versions. There's professional, there's enterprise. Those two versions, like we said, there's just that minor difference. One lets you collaborate, which is the enterprise. The professional version does not allow you to collaborate. But it's fine because they both have pretty much the same amount of features. This one just lets you work more with agencies and others. For those of you who aren't just translation translators or freelancers, there are translation TM and term servers. These are for translation companies. Translation companies want their productivity to go through the roof, so we recommend you get a TM and term server, which is a really good thing for you. And we can talk about that. This is one of those options that's provided if you want to grow and expand beyond a freelancer, or if you already have a business. So we definitely have more than just a translation CAT tool. We have a TM and term server. We have project management software. We call that Fluency Flow, the translation management tool. You can use it with a Mac because it's browser-based. You can use it with any type of computer as well. So we're very compatible between the different operating systems. There's also a collaboration for companies. And then we have for those of you who are interested in growing a small translation team, or just interested in starting your translation team today, we have a program called the Fluency Virtual SP. It comes with a handful of licenses. It comes with the TM and term server, the project management software, the collaboration software, and it's all kind of added and all in one kind of thing. And you can basically run a whole business, a growing business with that product. If you have any interest in that, just go ahead and go to the Fluency store, click on this contact for pricing, and we can talk about, let me kind of highlight that a little bit better. We can talk about the the pricing, or if you had any questions about it, we'll do a free one-on-one web demonstration for that. Very good. Okay, so let's get back into Fluency, the translation CAT tool. Once again, it's an icon on your desktop, or it's in your computer somewhere where you saved it, and then when you open it up, just double click on it. It's going to ask you right away what file you want to translate. So one of the things you'll do is just go ahead and find the file, the source file that you want to translate, and click open. Now you're going to notice that Fluency is very unique next to all the different translation softwares out there, which is unique in a good way. Most freelance translators can pick up Fluency in about 10 minutes is about how quick it takes to learn Fluency. It's just such a quick learn. You'll be feeling up and ready and comfortable just with a quick demo. This demo is great, but there's also video tutorials that you can watch on YouTube. You can watch them from our website. Since we're talking about the website so much, if you come here to support, there's one called video tutorials. It's the very first option. And if you want to learn more than just what we talk about today, we have all these videos that you can find also at the website. So things like merge and split, transcription, customizable layout, working with PDFs, so on and so on. Very good. So let's say I'm working with an English document. This one came from the US as opposed to United Kingdom, Canada, or Australia, which you can decipher that directly here in the locale. So you just say where, what's my locale? Mine's US, so I'll put it for US. Now this is we'll say we're translating to Spanish today. We could say Spain Spanish, Argentine Spanish. You just set up your locale over here. Domain is what's your subject? Is it legal, medical, technical, financial, scientific? What is it? For the sake of the demo, I'm putting educational. Client's your client. Who are you working with? I'm throwing in the word Spanish, but you know your clients. Put your clients in here based on the project you're working on for today. You have some advanced settings down here. You'll learn about those in a later demo, but they're pretty straightforward. The advanced settings have to do with if you wanted to work with like a specific client's translation memories and terminologies, you can just sort them out right here, right now in the advanced settings, or maybe work with segmentation rules or something like that. But to keep the demo real straightforward and simple, just go ahead and click OK. All right, over here on the left-hand side, you'll notice that this is the original document in its original format. It's just like we would read it in Microsoft Word. It's great because this is like a really natural way to see a document, just like you'd see it in its original format on the left-hand side. Then what happens here, you will translate this document in this window down here. So there's a translation window. This is where you hand type your translation. So you take that first highlighted line, translate it right here, and then you hit enter, and it will overlap the text over here on the right. So this will then be your target. So source on the left, target on the right, translation right here. All right. So just for the sake of the demo, I'm going to throw in some random Spanish text. This is a bad translation. I don't know Spanish, but it's just for the, once again, sake of the demo. You put your Spanish text here. Once you're happy with it and you've translated it correctly, you've made any edits or changes, or you're just feeling like, gosh, that's a perfect translation. I'm really proud of myself. Just go ahead and hit enter. It'll then take this text once again and replace the text right here and then move on to the next sentence where those names are. So I'll hit enter from my keyboard. Took that text, moved on to the next segment or sentence, and now I can continue my translation. If it's just some names, you do have copy source, and then you can just go ahead and come in here and just, change the and or whatever the word is if you don't need to translate the names. So things like that, you can just copy it over, Control-Shift-S. That's copy source. That just copied exactly what was there. Name of the university, probably same thing. Just hit that CS or Control-Shift-S. Address, email address, things like that. You can just, once again, copy it in. Now we're on to another word. What Fluency is designed to do is give you so many resources to help you be a better translator. So the way we do that are these additional resources down here. We'll go through each and every one. Now, one I really want to focus on, this is new for the Fluency Now, this new version of Fluency Now. So if you have an old version, 2011, 2013, something older, it won't actually have this feature. but I really appreciate this feature and you might too. Now, you may or may not use machine translation. If you don't, just ignore this next part. We'll get right back on track here in a second. But we do have machine translation options that are pretty helpful. You can actually just automatically click this right here, or Control-Shift-M if you like to use your keyboard, and you can pull in a machine translation just by clicking on that. Now, it's customizable, so we could actually go here to Tools and Preferences at the bottom. This allows for us to go in and actually customize what machine translation we want to use. So we could use Microsoft, which I'm already set up for free. If you run out, just create a personal account by going to, following these instructions, and then they're going to give you these little logins or signups right there. Now you'll notice there's a few new checkboxes right here available. You can use multiple machine translation engines right here and here. Excuse me, here and here. If you want to, you can just activate multiples by selecting which ones you want to do or use. And so I'm going to set up Microsoft. I've set up translated and some of these other options. Just click apply, click OK, make sure every box is checked, and then a new tab will show up right here for us. This is the use the multiple machine translation engine tab at the same time. What it's going to do is break down 3 of them for me, which are the ones that I've activated. You can activate more. And if 2 of them are the exact same, 2 or more, it'll show up at the very top as a recommended machine translation. So we've actually come up with a way to, this is one of those ways that you can maybe make machine translation a little bit better for you, which I know that can be pretty appreciated. Because sometimes it's tough when you're translating and your brain stops thinking about the words that you're looking for. So sometimes the machine translation can help out there as well. Anyway, there are some good uses. If you don't like using this, please don't use it. It's not required. It's not even recommended, but it is a feature in here. And then you can post-edit machine translation after that. So let me go back to that machine translation tab. Move forward. Machine translate is right here, and then all your options are right there. If you want it, just double click, pulls it right in. So if you like that recommended machine translation, just double click on it and pull it right in for us. Very good. Okay, so that's kind of the top 3 windows. Let's have a quick recap. This is the original document in its original format. Here's where the translation goes. Here's where you type each segment that you want to translate. Hit enter to move on. When you're done, you've translated everything on the right-hand side. Just go File, Save As, and you can save it out as the file type that you need. Okay, so just make sure to follow those procedures and you know how to use Fluency. It's pretty straightforward. Everything else is going to be a great resource to make you even faster. Let's go through these real quick. So down here at the bottom left, this is the translation memory window. If you previously translated something before, it'll tell you when, for which client you did it for, and what were your language pairs and things like that, locales and everything. So to pull these in, just double click on it, or use keyboard shortcuts, or there's some other features like auto populate, and you can have these auto load for you. You don't have to do it right here, right now. You can just do it later. When you're done, hit enter, or once you've edited it or need to do any changes, you can move on to the next segment. Translation memories are going to help you out a lot. If you already have something, you can just import from your other tool. If you have a Word doc or an Excel spreadsheet, you can actually import that as well. Import is found right here under translation memory, 3rd option down. You just go ahead and hit browse and you can find your file. These are all the different file types that we work with. Pretty much anything you can think of. It's pretty much right there. Okay. Same thing with terminology. You can import 3rd option down as well. Well, let's talk about the terminology window. This is a breakdown of the highlighted sentence on the left-hand side. On the right, it's a close equivalent to the language you're translating to. On my far right, This is an extended terminology. I'm just going to click on this tab right here. And you'll have even additional terms available to you as well. The ones that show up in green are customized terms. So ones that I've added in or imported in, they show up in green. But the ones that are in white, those are provided by Fluency. So you do have some options to work with there. If you like any additional options, you can check over here as well. Maybe find something kind of better for you. It's kind of what you're going for. So let's say I don't like the term, or I could use a better term for this option right here. Let's say I like this Microsoft option right here. I'll just copy it, hit this plus symbol, or you can even right click and edit terminology. So I hit this plus symbol right here, and then just add in or paste in your term right there. Just fill it out as much as you want for labeling so you can find it again later. And you just do add term, adds it right in there for me, and then you'll be able to see that no problem. And it's right there. Very good. The Oxford Dictionary is built in. There's also the language you're translating to. There's a dictionary in there for that as well. So you pretty much should be pretty well covered. Internet's built in. We've got Google right here. It auto-searched if I just click on the term I'm looking for. So you can click on that. We also have Lingue. I think I custom put that in. Maybe not. No, I didn't custom put that in. That is one that we put in for you. So it's already all there, and you can do research through Lingue. I added in Western Standard. I also added in Word Reference. So you can add in as many websites as you want. You just go to Tools and Preferences. You go to website settings, and then you add that right in. Hit apply, hit OK. On the left, you put the name of the company in, or the name of the website, and then on the right, you put in the actual URL, so www.com or .org or whatever it may be. Down here at the bottom, we keep track of all of your statistics, really important ones as well. 168 segments, 2,210 words in the document to translate. I've translated about 84, and I'm doing about 790 words per hour, which is really good. That's extremely accurate because we keep track of your translation time. And so what you got to do is to pause that. There's a timer up here for both the Mac and PC versions. You just hit that, stop. If someone comes to the door, someone calls you on the phone, just pause it, come back later. And that'll keep it extremely accurate. So it looks like I'm going really fast. The only reason why, it'll start going down, but I've been using machine translation, or excuse me, translation memory and machine translation to get this far. But it'll play out for you. A lot of translators can get themselves up to 1,200 words per hour with Fluency, and sometimes even more. I mean, it's really just kind of up to you and where you're at now, and what you can do to move yourself forward. So there's some really great features as well. Make sure to watch the video tutorials to kind of train you up on how to use it. Up here in the help menu, you have keyboard and mouse shortcuts, user manual, video tutorials. Send a support email if you're paying for the monthly subscription. It's all covered. If you need tech support, we're really prompt. We'll get back to you very promptly with that. We also have down here, you sign in to your Fluency account. So just remember that once you purchase Fluency, you download the program, you just do a sign in. So you'll get a login and password. Typically it's like your email, and then you can customize your password if you ever want to. But we provide you with one to start you out, and you can customize it right on the fly. We always update this version, so make sure when you open up your program, just go ahead and do a quick update. We'll get the latest, greatest version, features, functions, and everything out to you right away. So it's just a really great tool so that you don't have to pay excess costs indefinitely. Okay, we've gone through most everything. If you have questions, we are running a booth at the Proz virtual event. We have our own little room. It's the Fluency room. If you do have questions, you can chat with us there. I didn't go over everything here in the demo. We work with things like PDF conversion, OCR. We can do pretty much anything you can do in any other translation tool. However, we've made it so much easier to use, as you can see during this demo. If you need help from me personally, or you want to talk about some of the other larger systems like the TM and Term server, or you just want to get to know me, my email is dan@westernstandard.com. So you can meet me there or write me there, dan@westernstandard.com. Thanks to everyone at Proz. Thank you all for being here or for watching this video. And we're a really great company to work with. If you have any questions, you can also email us at info@westernstandard.com. Have a wonderful rest of your event and take care.